GB, we have 1 Fletcher, 2 Hurt, 3 Huzhou, 4 McCullen, 5 Demul, 8 Clues, 9 McNamara. For Singapore, oh, and we're starting off. For Singapore, we have 1, 3, 1, 4, Tan, 5, Soon, 6, Yu, 7, Lim, 8, Hong, 9, Ong, 10, Ho. And we're off with GB in ball possession. GB coming over the left with 2 men in the zone, followed by 8. GB has a relatively young team. The average age is 17, and their goal is to qualify from the group stage, so they're good on their way. Singapore has a very relatively inexperienced team. They on average have 1.5 years experience. Nice pass to number 9, McNamara, shooting at the goal, resulting in a corner. GB has nice distance to the zone. This allows them to come in with a lot of speed to draw Singapore players to them, creating gaps somewhere else. A nice shot on the goal, and again an attempt from Fletcher with 2 hands, missing the goal. Ball is in possession of Singapore. Foul has been made. Ball for GB. Kloos is on her own, taking a shot over the goal, unfortunately. The new ball in the pitch. Ball for Singapore. GB seems to be relatively slow getting back to their defense, but doesn't matter. A shot from Singapore is blocked by Kloos, and Singapore is now attacking. Number 5, Demul, is on her own, but now getting back up from her team. Singapore is struggling to organize their defense, but GB doesn't seem to take full advantage of this. Taking a step back now to reorganize and try again. Oh, well seen, a little bit of room on the left side. A shot from Huzhou, resulting in a corner. Singapore has a 1-3-1 defense. Oh, nice shot from the corner. From number 8, Kloos. Well done. 1 for GB, 0 Singapore. It is relatively later in the day, and I'm not sure if that affects the players, but both teams seem a little bit slow, not coming in with full possible speed. GB recovered the ball, now trying for a fast break, but the distance between the back players and the first players seems to be too large, so they can't make the long pass. Singapore trying to organize their defense. 3 in the back, 1 in the front. GB is trying to create room. There's a lot of room in the middle. Unfortunately, the pass doesn't arrive so well. Singapore was in ball possession for a little bit, but under pressure of GB. Now a shot from McNamara. Unfortunately, a miss, resulting in a corner. If you have seen other games today from different divisions, you can see that under 21 women often has a little bit slower pace, but therefore we can clearly see what's happening. There's a little bit of chaos with Singapore. Their defense is a little bit split, giving a lot of room for GB. And GB trying to take advantage of that. A shot from Huzhou. Unfortunately, it didn't go in. It jumped back for some time in English hands, GB hands, but Singapore recovered the ball. Quite light push to a Singapore player, but she goes under. Still remaining in ball possession. GB sees this opportunity to put pressure on, going 5 out. GB recovered the ball. And shooting at the goal, hitting the bar, trying again. Miss. Ball for Singapore. Good attempt, a lot of good attempts from GB, but every time they just don't go in. Must be very frustrating for the players. But they still have 3.5 minutes in this first half. GB continues the pressure. A lot of pressure trying to push the Singapore player out to the side. A foul made by Singapore, ball for GB. Passing around. Taking the shot, yes! Huzhou for GB. GB 2, Singapore 0. GB quickly recovering the ball after their goal. Advantage, so a new 60 seconds for their attack. The ball, trying to pass the ball around, but blocked by Singapore. Ball back in Singapore's hands. A high pass over over the British player. Singapore still in ball possession, and Great Britain exerting pressure. 5 out. Singapore is quite close to the line. That's dangerous because GB can push them out, resulting in possible ball possession for them. For now, they're mostly pushing them more towards their goal. Yes! Oh, nice. It seemed for a little bit like GB got the ball again, but a foul had been made and a ball possession for Singapore. The ref is signaling where she needs to start. She needs to start close to the line. She's now in position, presenting the ball. So it took her too long to actually pass, resulting in 5 seconds. And GB got the ball there and took great advantage from the situation. Hurt immediately took the ball and scored. GB 3, Singapore 0. GB in their 1-3-1 defense. Singapore one in a star, a wave around it. A star attack. Starting off on the right now, Singapore coming in. Unfortunately, the players are not even looking at the goal, so not really making a threat, not pulling those GB players towards them, and losing therefore a little bit the whole total effect of the attack. Remaining in ball possession, but only 15 seconds at the clock, so they need to shoot. GB knows that as well, exerting pressure. Singapore is trying to pass the ball around. She has to take the shot now. Shoots. Ooh, miss. Ball for GB. Only 5 seconds left on the clock. So time for one long shot. She needs to shoot now. Not making it. We're now taking a quick break. And we'll be right back with you. Going into the break with 3 for GB, 0 for Singapore. Hi and welcome back. I got notified that it looks a little bit more bright on the live stream. Unfortunately, it's still soaking wet, still a lot of rain, and I don't see any improvement. I want to take this time to thank our main sponsors: International Canoe Federation, China Canoe Association, Huzhou House City, Deqing County, Yupeng Sports, Yuko Kong Group, Latour Sports, and Kailas. The teams are lining up again. We have some time left in this break. Curious to see what's gonna happen next. Is Singapore gonna take this, pull this second half towards them, or is GB continuing this line? Singapore off to a great start, getting the ball from the sprint, but struggling to control the ball, managing passing it on to team players. Singapore, one man in defense, doing a star attack. Nice pass to the middle of the zone. A good attempt. A foul made by GB, resulting in a free shot for Singapore. The ref is signing. She needs to be a little bit closer to that side. She's now in position and is allowed to take the shot. Taking the shot, missing. Ball for GB. GB immediately trying to make room in Singapore defense, a little bit too enthusiastic, touching the keeper, which is not allowed, resulting in ball possession for Singapore. Singapore is trying to pass the ball around to the man in the middle, not succeeding. Now taking the ball out for a new attempt. Takes a little bit too long for GB, trying to increase a little bit of pressure, making them play. Singapore coming in. Shot from number 10, hitting the upper bar and bouncing off in GB hands. A long pass to player number 5, Dimul, but not succeeding. Ball's recovered by Singapore. Singapore takes his time to come into position. They're now close to the goal and only have half a minute left on the shot clock. They're passing around but struggling to control the ball. Only 20 seconds left. Now coming from the left, attempt by Hu, resulting in a corner. You can hear in the background supporters from GB trying to support their team. Ooh, there was a lot of space for Singapore, but she did not manage to receive the ball well. Getting a push from GB, losing this momentum. GB seems to struggle a little bit, but now get help from the ref. Singapore in ball possession. New 60 seconds for their attack. GB starts to increase the pressure a little bit, forcing Singapore to play around and hopefully forcing Singapore to mistakes. There's a room in the middle now. She can make the pass. She does, but immediately pushed out by GB player. Oh, GB missing the ball. Now having an ideal position for number 7 of the Singapore team, but she's a little bit hesitant to take the shot herself, resulting in more passing around and GB recovering the ball. Number 5, Dimul, is now on her way, taking the shot herself, bouncing off the top bar. Something we have seen more often also in the first half. The ball went behind the back line. Ball for Singapore. GB sees this opportunity to continue putting pressure, but on the left, number 5, went off, but unfortunately her teammates couldn't reach her. GB recovered the ball. Number 3 receiving the ball from GB, looking a little bit confused what to do with it, deciding in the end passing it off to her teammates and setting up something new. The Singapore defense is relatively wide. There are a lot of gaps and a lot of opportunities here for GB. There's room on the left with multiple players there. A nice pass to number 5 in the zone. Yes! Goal by the Mul. (4-0) for GB. Immediately already from the start, a little bit of fumble Singapore side. A lot of pressure from GB. But also therefore a lot of room. Trying to surprise the GB goalie. Number 7, Lim, taking the shot, resulting in a corner. 3.5 minutes left in this game. GB being third in their pool was maybe hoping to get a bigger goal difference, but they don't seem to manage. For reference, for example, Spain against Singapore was 12-0. GB recovering the ball and passing it quite far in front of her, but good enough. Number 9 taking the shot. Yes, a goal by McNamara. 5 for GB, 0 for Singapore. Singapore passing to the only man under pressure. But now we threw a pass back to the other side, where there's a little bit more space to number 4. Pass to 7. Pass to the right side, and a shot resulting in a corner. GB is putting pressure. A man next to the corner and a man to the next person in line to receive the ball. Oh, but GB player doesn't estimate it so well. Singapore goes around, but in the end GB still recovers the ball. A long shot to number 8, Clues. Under a lot of pressure, 3 Singapore players around her. But there is the rest of her team for help. Passing to Fletcher. Shooting. Blocked by the goalie. But bouncing back in the hands of Clues. Finishing the job. Well done, GB. GB 6, Singapore 0. Singapore passing the ball around, having a lot of distance to the zone, giving them the opportunity to make a lot of speed. But they don't seem confident enough to do that. They are passing about, making a few strokes, passing around and then going back to the original position. But the shot clock will force them to really go for the goal. The shot clock is now 20 seconds. Passing to number 4. Shot clock 15 seconds. They kind of have to take a shot. Oh, fumble there on Singapore's side. GB going for the ball, but Singapore still remaining ball possession. Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They have to make the shot. Can they make the shot? No. Time is up. Ball possession for GB. Seems a little bit of confusion with the ref. A timeout is given. Checking with the table. GB having half a minute left in this game, trying to get one more goal out of this attack. Passing over Singapore player. And a little bit of a struggle there. Singapore gets the ball, but GB is still there, exerting a lot of pressure. Singapore doesn't want to have another goal against them, trying to take it slow and careful. Only 4 seconds left. This is the end of the game. Well played by both teams. Singapore holding it tight at the end, or not giving the ball away for a goal in the last seconds. Thank you so much, and keep listening, because next coming up on this pitch is Women New Zealand against Sweden. And we'll be right back with you after the break.